Hello, Leo. This is Don with Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Welcome back. And this is your weekly reading for the week of March 7th through the 13th. We are in the second week of March already. Let's see what Tarot and Spirit has for you this week. This is a general reading, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest behind. Additionally, there's scammers out there. If you receive something from me asking you for a reading, asking for you to give me, allow me to read for you, or if something to get a payment for something, it is not me. I do not solicit anything. Usually how it works is I do private readings, but people solicit them from me. So if you've not reached out to me to arrange for private reading, then do not open, do not do anything except maybe delete, report, or all the above, the emails or whatever you might get, because again, they're not from me. With that said, let's get right to it. Let's take a peek at what Spirit and the universe has for you this week. The energy, the overall energy of the reading itself is on the bottom of the deck. And that card is the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, loving that card. This is the Cook's Tarot deck, by the way. It's a very cool deck. I love to cook and love to eat, as you can tell. Not skinny, that's for sure. And I love tarot. So I was able to combine the two things I like, and that's cooking and tarot, by finding a deck that's all about food and cooking. So it's called the Cook's Tarot because it's for cooks, and I'm loving it. Anyway, the overall energy of the reading is that. The first card that I draw out will be the overall energy reading for you. In other words, it is what is surrounding you this week. The other is the environment you're in, but this is your energy. And your energy for the week is the Tower. The Tower. And so when you see the Tower card, it tells you that this is going to be a week of change. And this is going to be a week of drastic change, or some major change, or some change that's really out of your control to a degree. Now, you can control how you react to the change, but the change itself is coming. And so either jump on board or find a way to get around it. The next card in the deck is the King of Swords, followed by the Ten of Cups. Love the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups makes sense, and I'll tell you why. The Ten of Cups is the end of a cycle. Any 10 in tarot is the ending of a cycle. It's bringing something to conclusion. Now, if you're having change, which is that the Tower tarot card, if you're having change, which is the Tower card, which starts the whole thing and it's about you this week and this major change going on, then of course that would make sense that 10 is bringing something to an end, because to bring something to an end, of course, that creates the change, which then starts something new. So that makes very reasonable sense. And in tarot, that's kind of the way it works. We also have the King of Wands. So you have two kings here too, which is quite interesting. The next card we have is the World card. I'm loving that because the World card is under that Tower card. And so if you have the Tower card here and the World card is one of the signifiers of it, then the World card is telling you that this is going to be a good change. This is for the best. This is going to work out to your advantage. The next card is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is underneath that King of Swords. I'm liking that because the King of Swords is that very confident, very self-assured, very strong energy. It's that looking for again, that managerial kind of, I'm in control, I'm working through this, it's all good, I understand, I'm completely logical. And then Nine of Cups, again, underneath it, it's that happiness and that taking the time out to think about, okay, what makes me happy? How am I right now? So again, this change sounds like this change is going to be happy. The next card in line is that Two of Pentacles. And that Two of Pentacles is under that Ten of Cups. So the Two of Pentacles makes sense again, because when you have the ending, which is a 10 and you have a cycle, then there's followed by an ace usually, which will tell you that something new is coming. But the 2 makes very good sense because the 2 is that start of something new, that start of a planning of whatever. And when you see the Two of Pentacles, you're juggling. So it's something that you're juggling about money. And so it's about maybe a new opportunity, a new possibility. And then the High Priestess. Oh my gosh, how wonderful is that? And that High Priestess card there, she is sitting in repose, and she is in control. She's patient. She is loving. She's nurturing. She has all this new energy about her. She has this new, I guess you would call fertility if you want. Again, so all things are possible. All things that can be created, all things that should be created, want to be created, all that is possible now because of that energy. I'm loving the way this reading is falling through, and falling into place, not falling through. The other thing that I like about that is it's underneath that Knight of Wands. The King of Wands. And so that High Priestess is under the King of Wands, which is that entrepreneurial energy. And so it helps to create, again, that environment. So now let's put it all together. Now that we've kind of understood how the cards themselves work, Let's find out what they mean as a group. Well, the first and most important thing we talked about is you. Your overall energy is change. So change is coming this week. So be prepared. That change is going to be a good change for the good. That's the World card. So a lot of things are coming to with that change, and it's going to put some things into motion, some things into play. Now, again, you may not have control over the change, but you do have control how you react to it, and you do have some control on which way it's going to happen. But the change itself is kind of out of your control to a degree. The King of Swords is here. So again, King of Swords is, again, you controlling. It's that controlled energy, that controlled peace, that controlled thought processes, all those things. And so with that, you have the Nine of Cups. And so this change is going to be good. This change is going to help you control things a little more. It's going to give you a little more control over your business, over your thinking, over your life. And it's going to lead you to a happier space, because that Nine of Cups is that happier space. Now, again, when it's 9, it's kind of like a reserve, because it's thinking, okay, I'm taking inventory. And when I'm taking an inventory, I'm taking inventory over what is going to make me happy. Is this going to make me happy again? So it's a thought process. I'm liking that very much. The next card is the 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups is telling you that, yes, again, bringing the end of a cycle, end of this conflict, end of this, not conflict, end of this, whatever it is that you're changing from, but you're bringing it into a new, happier time. And so this change, again, is welcome. This change is going to be welcomed and happy. And this change is going to change the dynamics of your economics as well, because that's that 2 of Pentacles. And so with that 2 of Pentacles, you have an economic component there, which is economics of change. You also have the Knight of Wands, the King of Wands. The King of Wands doesn't mean you're in control. As these things develop, you will be in control of this. And by the end of the weekend, this will all be pretty much smoothed out, whatever the change is. Now, there will be some more change, things to fall out from the change. But overall, this change that moves forward is a good thing, and it's progressing. And then you have that High Priestess. And so that tells you that new opportunities coming from this change, new way of thinking, new way of understanding, new way of appreciating some things. All that is coming to fruition along with this change. And of course, we have the overall energy, which is the Knight of Pentacles. So that's telling you you're moving toward money. You're getting money out of this. This is going to lead you to a financial benefit. You're going to see a financial benefit from this. And so if I were to see this, I don't see a lot of wands here. So this isn't necessarily a new job, but I do see the Kings of Swords and Wands. And again, so it's like, what I'm wondering is, if you're not leaving, you're moving on to start a new job. You're starting not a new business. Or are you starting a new side hustle? Or are you looking this week at, again, maybe the job is changing itself and you need to move, and you're going to be forced to make a move. And therefore that creates the opportunity that you say, you know what, I've been wanting to do this. Now I have to do this. It could also be the change toward your economics. Your economics may be impacted. Maybe something's happening economically, and that's all going to blow up, and that's going to force you to then make that change. And you've been thinking about it for a while. That's the 2 of Pentacles. Again, you've been thinking about it because the finances, you're like, okay, would I make more doing this, or would I make doing that? So I'm guessing that, again, the economics is going to be what's at heart here. And as economics change, maybe rent increase, maybe a mortgage situation, it could be something happening, maybe a car payment, or a new car is coming, or something. There's something at play financially that's going to help you to finally make the choice. Not the choice, because again, you don't have a choice necessarily to a degree, because again, change is coming, but it helps you to understand how you should better navigate these waters. And therefore, with this choice that's coming to you, how to move forward and say, okay, now that it's coming, how can I make this turn around to work for me best? So again, this is a week of change, a week of a lot of change, a week of major change. Don't be surprised if things blow up a little bit. Don't be surprised if there's some conflict internally as well as externally. Don't be surprised as you move through this that you find that you are stronger than you thought, because again, you have those king energies, and you have not just one, but you have 2 king energies. So that is that strong person inside you, that very determined person. Instead of you saying, you know what, I'm beaten, I'm broken down a little bit, instead you're like, damn, I take control. And that's the High Priestess too. She's like, no, you're not beaten. This is the shutting of a door, but the opening of another door. And that's what she's about. And she's that new fertile energy. She's like, hey, let's move forward. We have a great way to go. She's laying that red carpet for you. She's creating that pathway for you to move forward into. So as this happens this week, make sure that you see everything more positively than negatively, because the negative isn't going to help you. For one, the negative is not going to do anything but if maybe frustrate you, because you're going to start buying into your own drama, and you don't want to do that. This is the time to say, you know what? Yeah, I got a little bit of dirt in my teeth because I just got kicked in my teeth, but guess what? I can move forward. Or you can say, you know what? Things aren't working out quite the way I'd hoped, and so you know what? I've got to do something because economically this isn't working. Whatever it is, make sure that you move forward with it. It's interesting because I'm seeing here again that the swords are dropped. And so again, when the swords are dropped, it's just showing that again, that change is happening and you're going to have to go along with it. Again, surrender to it, let it go, but make the choices that are best for you as this thing creates itself. So therefore you're benefiting from it as well. There will be times where you won't know which way to go. You won't understand this process, but you will figure it out. Again, you are two kings. You are King of Swords, King of Wands. You are the Emperor King. You're the king that has all this entrepreneurial spirit. That's the King of Wands. You're also the guy who can, the female who can create a business, can run a business and keep it going. So again, you can juggle a lot. Ultimately, you're going to celebrate. This is that celebration of family and friends, but it's the Wands. And so it's a business celebration, something at work. Look at that. There's that 10. There's that conclusion. Remember I told you every eighth, there's a 10 when you get a conclusion. So now we have not only the 10 of cups here, but you also have the 10 of wands, which again is closing one cycle, closing one opportunity, closing one problem even. And again, it's the wands. And so closing one job, closing one business, getting another one started. So, and always make sure that you just keep the balance in your life, keep the balance in your family, keep the balance of work and home as well. That's important. And then also remember, give back. This is the giving card. Give back to those who've helped you. Make sure that you let them know they've helped you along the way. It's been work. It has been some serious work, but it's paying off in a big way. This is another 10. This is a third 10 you have. I mean, you have 3 10s. You have the World card. You have the 2 of Pentacles, which is money, 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 talking about money. And then you have the 2 Kings. I mean, you can't ask for a better combination of cards when change is coming. These cards are saying that change may come, but benefit is assured. Benefit from the change is assured. Remember that no matter what happens with you, benefit comes from change. The other change you can do is hit that subscribe button down there below on YouTube. That would make me very happy because you subscribe. And then if you hit the little bell icon that's right beside it, you'll get notices every time we send listings, every time postings, every time that we go live, you'll get notices when that happens. Additionally, if you hit the like button, that would be great because it sends the algorithm into overdrive, which then shares it with more people, and therefore people need to know this. This is a message that needs to be heard. So enjoy your week, enjoy your change, work with it, not against it. Let it flow, let everything flow as it's supposed to. And ultimately, by the end of the week, you will be in a far better place than you were at the beginning. Additionally, don't be surprised down the road if you see a financial benefit from all this, because the financial benefit is written into the cards. With that said, I'm going to leave you for now. Have a great, great week, and I'll see you next week with another reading for you. Until then, bye-bye.